A lot of people, when they think of human trafficking, they typically think of somebody that was stolen off the street, or they don't really necessarily think of the girl next door. I grew up in a great household. I was not abused. My parents were at every sporting event. I graduated high school. I graduated from college. Where I kind of went wrong was the person I decided to marry. We were 21. He took 2 years to talk me into becoming a swinger. And then he took 10 years to talk me into becoming a prostitute. It wasn't until about a month ago that I realized that what he did actually is human trafficking. He basically took that 10 years to recruit and coerce me into setting up a website and selling myself. From that time forward, it has been recovery, and it will be for the rest of my life. There was nothing I could do for a couple of weeks. Everything about human trafficking doesn't just affect the person that's experiencing it, it affects all of the people around them. Another thing that is so difficult for people in helping trafficked survivors are, they can put them into a safe house for a year and they can teach them how to live again and how to adjust back to society. But what you experience never goes away. I experienced years of mental abuse, years of complete control. He picked out the clothes that I wore. He, determined where I could go, who I could see. You don't think somebody could be addicted to a person, but I truly believe that I was. Kids your age, unfortunately, are kind of easy prey. And it's not the creepy old guy down the road that's gonna pick you up and get you into trafficking yourself. It's very difficult sometimes to know when a person is being trafficked. If you're around your friends for an extended period of time, you kind of know when something major is happening. They change, their persona changes. You know that there's something going on. I would say that if there was a situation where you were concerned that this was happening, I absolutely would tell someone, don't let it continue if you suspect anything. You can Google anything. So if you want to change, if you want to make a change, there's so many options out there. We need to, go to the cops if we suspect something. Definitely not something that you should involve yourself in, because a lot of these people are dangerous. But more than anything, I think people need to be made aware of the situation. We need judges who understand the destruction that this causes to our society, and they actually need to give these people a punishment that justifies what they've done wrong. There is not a definitive definition for it, because every person that is trafficked has a different story. You hear the stories about the people who are taken advantage of, given drugs, and then they're trafficked. You hear the story about 1 out of 5 foster children in the state of North Carolina are trafficked. That's their estimate. You hear the story about women who are brought over on boats and forced into situations. That's trafficking. But at the same time, in my situation, I lived and I was loved by someone. My husband sold me. Anytime there's an action, which could be recruiting, that leads to a means such as coercion that gives the purpose of selling someone or forced labor, you have trafficking. I hope that, if nothing else, even if you reach one person, that has to be the goal. Change one person's mind, or get one person to make a phone call and get themselves out of that situation.